In 2026, 32% of companies that fired an employee and replaced them with AI rehired that same role within the year. Not a different role, the same one. They did not call it a mistake, they called it optimization. For a year, the headline was simple: AI is taking the jobs. But underneath the headline is a quieter pattern: companies firing, panicking, and rehiring the exact same positions. Analysts have a name for the first part now. They call it AI redundancy washing. No company demonstrates the full arc better than IBM. In 2023, IBM's chief executive told Bloomberg he could see roughly 30% of the company's back-office roles, about 8,000 jobs in HR and finance, replaced by AI within 5 years. It was a projection, not a firing, but the number moved faster than the nuance. Within months, AI is replacing 8,000 jobs had become the template every other company would borrow. 2 years later, IBM turned the system on. Its internal AI agents resolved 94% of routine employee requests, vacation policy, employment letters, department transfers, without a human. And the actual number of HR jobs it eliminated was a few hundred. Not 8,000. A few hundred. The remaining 6%, the disputes, the exceptions, the judgment calls, still needed someone in the room. Ford ran a parallel experiment on a factory floor. 5,300 salaried positions cut, 900 AI cameras installed to catch manufacturing defects. The cameras missed the flaws no one had taught them to look for. Ford rehired 350 veteran engineers to train them back in. Klarna replaced roughly 700 customer service staff with AI in 2024. By the following year, it was quietly hiring them back. This is not the first time a new form of power convinced investors that human labor was optional. In the 1920s, electricity was the AI of its era. Utility holding companies swelled to nearly a fifth of the entire New York Stock Exchange. Then, the structure collapsed. The Dow Jones Utilities average fell from 144 to 17. A researcher named Lisanne Bainbridge described the deeper trap in 1983 in what she called the irony of automation. A system built to replace human judgment still depends on that judgment the moment something goes wrong. Remove the humans, and you remove the only people left who know how to catch the failure. Here is the quieter cost. Economists call it ghost GDP, output that shows up in national accounts but never reaches a human paycheck. Companies cut staff to fund compute. The AI improves, more staff are cut, but machines do not buy things. And the workers still doing AI-supervised jobs are not resting more. Studies measuring their workload found 14% more mental effort and 12% more fatigue than before the systems arrived. At the far edge of the economic modeling, the numbers get large. One widely cited model treats $72 trillion in global wages and productivity as exposed to AI automation. Another treats 20% unemployment as a ceiling, not a prediction, but the peak of a bottleneck. The moment AI deployment outruns human retraining, the way a supply chain seizes when a single port closes. A separate financial stress test even models a near-total collapse of capital markets, the kind of boundary condition banks run to find the floor, not a forecast of where the market is going. None of these are predictions. They are the outer edge of what has been modeled. Most of that $72 trillion by the modeler's own account is not eliminated, it is reshaped. An economy that fires the people who catch its mistakes is one stress test away from finding out why they were there. IBM ran the numbers on its own correction in 2026. If you remove every entry-level position because AI can do the busy work, in 5 years, there is no one left who understands how the system actually works. So IBM tripled its entry-level hiring, the exact roles it once predicted AI would erase. AI didn't replace the worker. It just took the company 3 years to admit that. IBM caught the mistake before the ladder collapsed. The question is, how many companies won't notice until there's no one left who remembers how to climb it?